My name is Stephanie, and I am going to be the OTA administering the standardized assessment today. This is my student, Grayson. He is 58 months old. We are starting with the visual motor assessment, item 63, tracing line. Draw on this line, try and stay right on the line. All right, so since my client deviated from the line more than 4 times, it gets a score of 0. I would administer this 2 more times and record their highest score. For the purpose of this assignment, we're going to move on and the client receives a score of 0. Since the client received a score of 0, we are moving backwards in the assessment. Item 62, dropping pellets. All right, so I need you to put the food in the bottle as fast as you can. Put only 1 in at a time. Begin. And stop. Since my client only put 4 pellets in the bottle, that would receive a score of 0. Again, we would try 2 more times and record their highest score. Draw lines just like these that cross in the middle. Since the lines did not intersect, this would receive a score of 0. Again, you would try 2 more times and record a higher score. Cut on this line. All right, so since my client was able to successfully cut the paper, but cut more than ½ inch from the line, this would receive a score of 1. We would try 2 more times and record the highest score, but for the purpose of this assignment, we're going to move on with a score of 1. Draw lines just like these that cross in the middle. Since your intersecting lines are more than 20 degrees perpendicular, this would receive a score of 1. Watch me. You do it like I did. Good job. Since the client laced more than 3 holes, they would get a score of 2. Cut the paper like I did. Since the client cut the pieces in, or cut the piece of paper in 2, she would receive a score of 2. Build a wall like mine. So since the client built a wall like mine with no spaces in the middle, she would receive a score of 2. Again, if the client does not receive a score of 2, you would let them attempt 2 more times and record the highest score. And that is it for the visual motor portion of this standardized assessment.
Hello, my name is Samantha. I'm going to be the OT. This is my client Grayson. We are going to be doing the grasping portion of the Peabody. And due to him being 58 months, we're going to be starting with item number 21, which is grasping a marker. Alright, so Grayson, I want you to go ahead and make a mark on that paper. Alright. So he failed to grasp the marker, which would give him a score of 0. In normal cases, we would end up doing 2 more trials, but in this case, due to the video, we're just going to continue to move on. And with him getting a 0, we're going to go backwards to item number 20, which is grasping cubes. Alright, so watch me. I picked them up with both hands. I'm going to have you go ahead and do the same exact thing. Alright, good job. So he only was able to grasp 1 cube, so with that we're also scoring him as a 0. Once again, we would continue to do 2 more trials, but due to the video, we're going to move on, which is taking us back down to item 19, which is grasping cubes as well. With this, we're just going to use 1 cube, and I'm going to place it in front of you. I'm going to have you put your hand on the table for me. All right, so go ahead and get the block. Good job. Okay, so with that, he grasped the cube with his whole fist rather than with his index finger and his thumb. So once again, we are going to score him at 0, which will bring us back down to item number 18. All right, so I'm gonna have you go ahead and get all the food. So with that, he was able to get one of the pellets, but when he picked it up, he used the thumb and the pad of his index finger and his thumb. So with that, we're going to score him at 1, which will continue to bring us back down to item number 17. And once again, I'm gonna have you go ahead and get all the food. So with that, he was able to grasp 1 pellet with his thumb and the index finger, which is going to score him at 1 again, which will bring us back down to item 16. All right, so I'm gonna have you watch me. Alright, so I'm going to have you go ahead and crumble the paper just like I did. Alright. So since the child was able to crumble the paper using the palm, then he will score a 2. Alright, which will bring us back down to item 15. So we'll have him... Once again, I'm going to have you go ahead and get all of the food. So with that, he used the raking motion to get both of the pellets, so we will score him a 2, which will bring us back down to item 14. Alright, so have you put your hand on the table for me? And we'll have you go ahead and get the block. So with that, we will also score him with a 2 because he was able to grasp the cube with his first and second fingers. So with that, we are finished with this portion of the Peabody with his ceiling number at
item 14. So the ceiling is completing the item with 2, and you need 3 in a row. So since the child in this case scored a 2 on grasping cube, grasping pellets, and manipulating paper, that would be his ceiling. However, his basal score, which is the score that they get once they hit 3 zeros in a row, started at item 18, grasping pellets, and ended at item 20, grasping cubes. And that goes for the following video that we did for visual motor.